The sub 4-hour marathon. It's a common goal that many marathoners want to achieve. It's that goal time that most people know about. Now, how often have you spoken to someone on a first date or at a bar and they've asked whether you've run that coveted sub 4-hour marathon? Whether you're a first-time marathoner who signed up after a New Year's resolution or you're a seasoned marathoner wanting to break that 4-hour barrier, this video will give you all the knowledge to go out there and break that goal. Before we go through the training required to reach the sub 4-hour goal, there are many things that determine how much training someone will need to reach this time. These include your running experience, your current fitness, your injury history, your age, and other life commitments such as demanding job and kids. Some will need more training than others, but some may need less. Firstly, let's talk about what exactly needs to be done to run that sub 4-hour marathon. You need to run a total of 42.6 kilometers or 26.5 miles in under 4 hours. But hang on, isn't a marathon 42.2 kilometers or 26.2 miles? If you're thinking that, you're certainly right, but you will end up running an extra few hundred meters at the end of your race, so just trust me on this so you don't get heartbroken when you don't break that 4-hour barrier after sticking to what you thought was the right pace. So, what we need to do is run at an average pace of 5 minutes and 38 seconds per kilometer or 9 minutes and 4 seconds per mile. Now, let's talk about the training. There are many questions you may have in relation to your training, such as, how long will I need? How many runs a week do I need to run? What sessions should I run? And how long do I have to run? Now, don't worry, we'll go through all of this in this video. As a general rule, you will need to train for 12 to 20 weeks to prepare for your marathon. I always say the longer the better, as it means you can progress your training more gradually and sensibly. In these weeks, you will generally want to train 3 to 4 days a week. You may start with 2 days a week if you're a beginner and have longer to train, and build up to 3 or 4 days a week towards the end of your training. But 3 days a week is a good amount for most people. In terms of the sessions you want to run, there are really 3 key types of runs you should be doing. Many people complicate the sessions that they complete, but it's always easiest to maintain your training if you keep things nice and simple. The first type of run you want to be doing are easy runs. Easy runs are runs that you should be able to maintain a conversation with ease. These are the runs where you shouldn't really need to look at your watch or see how fast you're going. They should feel very easy. I like to do the easy runs at the beginning of the week. These runs can start from 20 minutes in length at the start of your training all the way to an hour toward the end of your training. And if you're running 4 days a week, you can add an extra easy run to your week. The second type of run you want to be doing are the hard sessions. These sessions are runs where you include efforts that are at your target marathon pace or faster. A good way to plan these sessions are to have a 10 to 20 minute warm up at the beginning of your session, the main efforts after your warm up in the middle, and a 10-minute cool down at the end. An example of this can be a 10-minute warm up, 4 lots of 1 kilometer efforts at your half marathon pace with a 2-minute jog in between, and a 10-minute cool down. These sessions can also get longer as your training progresses. The last type of run you want to be doing are the long runs. These runs are designed to improve your aerobic capacity to allow you to run the distance of the marathon. It also trains your muscles to be able to withstand the pain that comes with running a marathon. The long runs are also those dress rehearsal sessions where you'll be running with the kit you'll be running on race day. You'll also be practicing taking your nutrition. This session is by far the most important session you'll run throughout your training week. These runs should generally be faster than your easy runs, but you should still be able to maintain a conversation with someone. These runs can start anywhere from 10 kilometers or 6 miles at the start of your training to 32 kilometers or 20 miles at the end of your training. You may also want to add some marathon paced efforts during your long runs to get your body used to running at your goal marathon pace. So, what does a week of training look like? If we look at an example of what week 1 would look like, let's start the week with a 20-minute easy run. You're going to have a rest on the Tuesday and Wednesday, and on Thursday, we'll do a hard session. This can be a 15-minute warm-up, 4x1k at half marathon pace with a 2-minute jog recovery and a 10-minute cool down. On Friday, you'll have another rest before your 12k long run on Saturday. You will end the week with a rest with a total of 3 runs with around 23 to 25 kilometers of mileage. Now let's have a look at week 8 of a training plan. You will again start the week with a 40-minute easy run. You will then follow that up with a hard session on the Tuesday instead of a Thursday. An example session could be a 20-minute warm-up, 5x1200 meter repeats at a half marathon pace with a 2-minute jog recovery and a 10-minute cool down. You will have a rest on Wednesday, have your second 40-minute easy run of the week on Thursday, with a rest on Friday. You will finish the week with a 22-kilometer long run with a 4x1k effort at marathon pace in the middle of the long run. And then after a rest on Sunday, your week will come to a total of 4 runs and approximately 38 to 40 kilometers of mileage. Now finally, let's have a look at week 18 of your training. Once again, you'll start your week with a 60-minute easy run. You'll have the same rests on Wednesday, Friday, and then Sunday, similar to week 8 of your training. You will now have a longer session on the Tuesday, which could look like 5x1 miles at half marathon pace with a warm-up and cool down. On Thursday, you will have another 60-minute easy run, and then end the week with a 32-kilometer long run, with 26 kilometers of that at marathon pace. This will come to a total of 4 runs and roughly 63 to 66 kilometers of mileage. To summarize, for you to finally break that 4-hour barrier for the marathon, you will need to average a 5-minute and 38 second per kilometer, or 9-minute and 4 second per mile for the duration of the marathon. You will need to train for 12 to 20 weeks, where you'll run 3 to 4 times per week. The key runs include your easy run, your hard run, and your long run. Now that you have watched this video, go out there and break that 4-hour barrier so you can tell all your friends, family, and colleagues about how you ran a sub 4-hour marathon. And if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment section for what topic you'd like for me to cover next. If you're serious about breaking your running goals and want one-on-one coaching, send an email to the email address in the description. And as always, be active, be optimal. Until next time.